Hi guys, it's me again, Rich from Trackspark. Hope you're all well and enjoying the lovely British weather at the moment. Um, Another quick sort of tutorial stroke tip of the day for you. So let's get on with it. Today's is going to be using your loops or samples as a source of inspiration to help you, to help your track, give it a lift or take it in a new direction if you're struggling. Because as we all know, as composers or as songwriters, etc., producers, the creative juices don't always flow naturally. So um, what I like to do sometimes is use a bit of a sample or a snippet of a loop or whatever, and that helps give my helps me take my tune in a new direction. And some people don't like using loops because they think they're using they think they're a bit stale and generic, or not very vibrant, and also they think they're using other people's material, which is sort of true, but it's not true, because we take inspiration from everything we listen to and everything we see, really. So although I'm quite literally taking a snippet of a sample, I'm taking that and making it more and taking it in a different direction, um, to create something new. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I do it quite often. You might be struggling with a bass riff or a guitar lick or even a drum beat, something lacking. Um, and loops, samples are a really, really good way of sort of kick-starting a new vibe in your track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this sort of dance tune that I've got going on, um, and just play you the basic backing track, and then show you how I used a bit of a sample to create um, the sort of melodic hook in it. I knew that. Yeah, sorry. So okay, so I will show you. Um, like I said, it's a bit of a dance tune, like a sort of chilled out Robin Schulzey 120 BPM type thing. Um, and I knew that I wanted a vocal hook in it, so that's why I'm showing you the vocals, because I struggle sometimes with lyrics and vocal hooks, especially in tunes like this. So I'm going to play you the backing track now. So there we go. Not exactly all inspiring or awe-inspiring. It's fairly basic, generic. It's just a couple of guitar parts and a bass line and a bit of a sort of a shuffly beat at the moment. And like I said, I knew I want it. It obviously needs something to give it a lift and an interest. And I knew initially I wanted a vocal sample. So I played around with a few of my own. Um, and I wasn't really happy with them. So the next step was to move to try and find a bit of a sample or something to give me inspiration. You don't always even have to keep the sample in your tunes. You can just use them initially to give you a boost, and then remove them if you're happy with where it's going after that. But I've kept this in, so I'm going to show you this little vocal sample. It says, "Do you know?" That's what it says. Do you know? Do you know? There we go. As I was playing around with it, stuck it in, it just sat pretty well with the tune. So there we go. I couldn't just keep it going. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Because that would be too repetitive. So I've just got it twice. And I find that obviously in dance tunes and sort of upbeat poppy tunes, you need a bit of repetitiveness, because that's how we get hooks into people's heads. But just keep on. If I kept on doing it, it'd be too much, wouldn't it? So anyway, what I've done here is put a harmony on top. It's the same sample, and I just pitch shifted it to create a harmony and make it sound a bit cooler. So there we go. That's where we are at the moment. And another sort of technique that I like to use in these dance tunes, and again pop tunes, etc. It's really popular at the moment. Is to sort of do a bit of chopping up and make a bit of a collage. So what I did was took the word no off the end of our little sample and pitch shifted it and played around and created a new melody. So here we go. This is what I did with that. Which is pretty cool, I think, at the moment. That could have done, but I still felt there was a bit of a gap in there, especially if this was going to be the main hook. I wanted a bit more. So then, like I said, I created a bit of a collage of vocal, which I do quite a lot, and I came up with my own. It's quite a processed vocal. All day, all night. All day, all night. It has to sort of make sense with the original lyric, although, you know, it's a dance tune. So and then I needed one just to round the phrase off, you know, make it make sense. So this is a more natural sounding vocal. I never wanted you not to be mine. Okay, so just and you know, there's a bit of processing on there, but you know, not like robot or chipmunk sounds or anything like that. So we'll stick it together. So I think that sounds pretty cool at the moment. So I started off with nothing and was pretty sort of flat, and then from one little vocal sample, I've created this whole new hook, which I think works pretty well. I also knew that I wanted an instrument in there, a live instrument, and for me, naturally, it was a sax in a tune like this. So I used the melody that I had to create firstly this bit which sits under the vocal. It just reinforces it, and then we've got a bit of a solo-y thing which goes off on one, but then uses a lot of parts of the melody that we've got here, so it's a derivative of. So let's have a quick listen to the sax part with the vocals as well. We can see what we've come up with. So it all comes from the from the from that, and works really, really well, I think. So we've got a nice, cool melodic house tune, I suppose, if that's what you want to call it. And again, it's gave it a massive lift, a really great melody, and before, as we could hear, it was nothing. So all from this one little vocal sample. It's taken my track in a new direction. So there we go. I hope that was helpful. Like I said, you can be doing it with guitar parts, drum beats, even a drum sound from a loop. You know, then you can build your track around it. But again, yeah, hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Nice one. Cheers.